If you're living with diabetes, chances are there's a milk in your fridge right now that looks healthy, but could be quietly wrecking your blood sugar. And here's the twist. Even some plant-based milks labeled as diabetic friendly aren't as safe as they seem. In this video, we're revealing the best and worst milks for diabetics, based on real science, not marketing. Some can help lower your A1C. Others, they're silent glucose bombs. Stick around, because what you learn today might change what you pour into your glass tomorrow morning. Best milk for diabetics. First on list, unsweetened almond milk. If you're living with diabetes and craving something creamy to pour in your coffee, cereal, or smoothie, unsweetened almond milk might be your best-kept secret. Unlike regular cow's milk, which contains about 12 grams of natural sugar per cup, unsweetened almond milk has less than 1 gram of carbs and 0 added sugar. That gives it a glycemic index close to 0, making it extremely unlikely to spike your blood sugar. Each cup delivers just 30 to 40 calories, around 3 grams of healthy fat, and 1 gram of protein, a perfect low-carb addition to any diabetic meal plan. Research shows that replacing high-lactose dairy with low-carb, plant-based milk like almond milk can help improve fasting glucose, reduce insulin resistance, and lower A1C levels over time. And that's just the start. Most unsweetened almond milks are also fortified with essential nutrients. You get up to 45% of your daily value for calcium, 25% for vitamin D, and a whopping 50% for vitamin E, a powerful antioxidant that plays a crucial role in reducing inflammation, protecting nerves, improving insulin sensitivity, and supporting vascular health in diabetics. And because almond milk is lactose-free and low in phosphorus, it's much gentler on the kidneys, a critical benefit for those managing diabetic kidney stress. Just one rule: make sure it's unsweetened. Many flavored or vanilla versions add 5 to 10 grams of sugar per cup, undoing all the benefits. Always check the label. Did you know the word diabetes comes from a Greek word meaning to siphon? Ancient doctors used this term because they noticed people with diabetes urinated frequently. And back then, they even tasted the urine to make a diagnosis. Yes, really. Second on list, unsweetened soy milk. When it comes to plant-based milks for diabetics, unsweetened soy milk deserves serious attention. It's not just a creamy alternative. It's nutritionally dense, blood sugar friendly, and backed by research. 1 cup of unsweetened soy milk typically contains just 3 to 4 grams of carbohydrates, 7 grams of plant-based protein, and around 80 calories. Its glycemic index is very low, around 30 to 34, which means it produces a slow, steady glucose rise instead of a spike. This makes it one of the best dairy alternatives for people managing diabetes. And here's the science. Research shows that soy protein can improve insulin sensitivity, lower LDL cholesterol, and help reduce markers of inflammation in people with type 2 diabetes. The isoflavones found in soybeans, plant compounds with antioxidant properties, also offer protective effects on heart and blood vessel health, which are often compromised in diabetes. Most unsweetened soy milk brands are fortified with calcium, 30 to 45% of your daily value, vitamin D, 20 to 30% of your daily value, and vitamin B12, 50% of your daily value, making it especially useful for diabetics following a plant-based diet. It's also low in saturated fat, lactose-free, and contains no added sugars, as long as you choose the unsweetened version. Just one caution: always read the label. Some flavored soy milks sneak in 6 to 10 grams of added sugar per cup, which can shift it from diabetic-friendly to blood sugar bomb in seconds. In short, unsweetened soy milk checks all the right boxes: low carb, protein-rich, heart protective, and glucose stable. A smart, science-backed choice for any diabetic kitchen. Third on list, unsweetened coconut milk. If you're diabetic and looking for a creamy, low-carb milk alternative that won't spike your glucose, unsweetened coconut milk might be your perfect match. But there are a few things you need to know before pouring it into your next cup or smoothie. 1 cup of unsweetened coconut milk, the kind sold in cartons, not cans, usually contains 0 to 1 gram of carbohydrates, 4 to 5 grams of fat, and just 40 to 45 calories. With virtually 0 sugar, its glycemic index is close to 0, meaning it won't trigger a blood sugar spike. But it's more than just neutral. Research shows that medium-chain triglycerides, MCTs, special fats found in coconuts, can help improve insulin sensitivity, promote fat burning instead of fat storage, and lower inflammation. These MCTs are quickly converted into usable energy, offering support for both blood sugar balance and weight control. Most unsweetened coconut milks sold in the U.S. are fortified with key nutrients: calcium, 25 to 30% of your daily value; vitamin D, 20 to 25% of your daily value; and vitamin B12, up to 50% of your daily value. These support healthy bones, nerves, and immune function, areas often stressed by diabetes. Just be sure it's unsweetened. Some flavored versions contain 8 to 10 grams of added sugar per cup, enough to spike glucose and undo all the benefits. And skip the canned version for daily drinking. It's much higher in saturated fat and calories, and meant more for cooking. In short, unsweetened coconut milk is creamy, safe for blood sugar, and surprisingly beneficial. A smart option in a diabetic-friendly kitchen. Fourth on list, low-fat cow's milk. If you're diabetic and still drinking low-fat cow's milk, thinking it's the healthier option, it's time for a closer look. While it has its benefits, there are a few blood sugar concerns you should absolutely understand. 1 cup of low-fat, 1% cow's milk contains around 12 to 13 grams of carbohydrates, all from natural milk sugar called lactose. That's about 5 to 6% of your total daily carb intake, and it gives milk a moderate glycemic index of around 40 to 50. It doesn't spike blood sugar as rapidly as rice milk, but it's still something to watch, especially if consumed on an empty stomach. The good news? Low-fat cow's milk provides a solid dose of key nutrients. 1 cup gives you about 30% of your daily value for calcium, 25% for vitamin D, 15% for vitamin B12, and 8 grams of complete protein, which helps slow digestion and improve satiety. Research suggests that dairy protein, especially casein and whey, can modestly improve post-meal insulin response, making milk more filling and potentially supportive in glucose control when paired with balanced meals. However, there's a catch. Lactose still impacts blood sugar, and people with insulin resistance or advanced diabetes may find even low-fat milk raises their glucose more than expected. It's also been linked to increased insulin secretion, which can be a concern in metabolic imbalance. So if you enjoy cow's milk, stick to 1 cup max per day, pair it with high fiber or high protein foods, and monitor your blood sugar response. For some diabetics, alternatives like unsweetened almond or soy milk may offer similar nutrients with far fewer carbs. Fifth on list, cashew milk. If you're diabetic and craving something creamy, low in carbs, and gentle on blood sugar, unsweetened cashew milk might be exactly what you're looking for. 1 cup of unsweetened cashew milk contains just 25 to 40 calories, 1 gram of protein, 3 to 4 grams of fat, and less than 1 gram of carbohydrates. That's under 1% of your total daily carb intake, and it comes with a glycemic index near zero. Translation? It doesn't spike your blood sugar, making it one of the safest milk alternatives for people with diabetes. Cashew milk is naturally lactose-free, gluten-free, and dairy-free, making it ideal for sensitive digestive systems. And even though cashews are higher in natural starch than almonds, the commercial milk is made from a small amount of nuts blended with water, which keeps the carb count incredibly low. Research shows that monounsaturated fats, like those found in cashews, can help lower insulin resistance, support heart health, and reduce inflammatory markers that are elevated in diabetics. Cashew milk also often comes fortified with essential nutrients. Up to 45% of your daily value for calcium, 25% for vitamin D, and 50% for vitamin E, which helps protect nerves and blood vessels from diabetic damage. But remember, always choose the unsweetened version. Sweetened cashew milks can contain 6 to 10 grams of added sugar per cup, which completely flips the benefits. So whether you're pouring it into your smoothie or sipping it straight, unsweetened cashew milk is creamy, satisfying, and one of the most blood sugar-friendly choices out there. Sixth on list, hemp milk. If you're diabetic and searching for a plant-based milk that's creamy, low in carbs, and surprisingly nutrient-dense, Unsweetened hemp milk might be the hidden gem you've been overlooking. 1 cup of unsweetened hemp milk typically contains 60 to 80 calories, just 1 gram of carbohydrates, 3 grams of protein, and around 4.5 to 6 grams of fat, mostly from heart-healthy omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids. That's under 1% of your total daily carb intake, with a glycemic index close to zero, making it a fantastic option for blood sugar stability. But here's where hemp milk really shines. It's made from hemp seeds, which are rich in gamma-linolenic acid, GLA, a unique anti-inflammatory fat that research suggests may help improve insulin sensitivity, reduce nerve inflammation, and protect the heart in people with diabetes. Plus, it's naturally free of lactose, gluten, nuts, and soy, making it safe for almost any special diet. Many commercial hemp milks are also fortified, offering 25 to 30% of your daily value for calcium, 20 to 25% for vitamin D, and up to 50% for vitamin B12. Some also provide small amounts of iron, magnesium, and potassium, nutrients essential for diabetic nerve and vascular health. Just be careful with flavored or sweetened versions. These can contain 6 to 12 grams of added sugar per cup, which completely cancels out the benefits. Stick to unsweetened and shake well before use to get all the nutrients evenly distributed. In short, hemp milk delivers plant protein, healthy fats, and blood sugar safety in one creamy low-carb package. A smart and underrated choice for any diabetic pantry. Worst milks for diabetics. First on list, rice milk. If you've seen rice milk in the grocery aisle and thought, it's plant-based, it must be healthy, pause right there. For people with diabetes, even the unsweetened version of rice milk can pose risks for blood sugar control. Here's why. 1 cup of unsweetened rice milk contains around 22 to 25 grams of carbohydrates, with 10 to 13 grams of natural sugars, even without any added sweeteners. That's almost 9 to 10% of your total daily carbohydrate intake in just 1 cup. And its glycemic index is high, between 85 and 95, which means it can cause a rapid spike in blood glucose. Research shows that high GI beverages like rice milk can significantly increase post-meal blood sugar and may worsen insulin resistance if consumed regularly. That's especially concerning for diabetics already struggling with glucose control or high A1C levels. Now, rice milk is often fortified, so you'll still get nutrients like calcium, 30% of your daily value, vitamin D, 25%, and vitamin B12, up to 50%. But unlike almond or soy milk, rice milk lacks fiber and protein, two key nutrients that help slow digestion and prevent blood sugar spikes. It is dairy-free, gluten-free, and nut-free, making it a good option for people with allergies. But for diabetics, the high natural sugar and fast glucose absorption make it a less than ideal choice, especially when better alternatives like unsweetened almond or soy milk are available. If you do choose rice milk, limit your portion to 1/2 cup, pair it with protein or fiber, and avoid drinking it on an empty stomach. Second on list, oat milk. If you've switched to oat milk thinking it's a healthier, plant-based option, hold on. For people with diabetes, oat milk is a bit of a double-edged sword. Let's break it down. 1 cup of plain oat milk typically contains around 15 to 19 grams of carbohydrates, including 7 to 10 grams of natural sugars, depending on the brand. While it's dairy-free and often fortified with nutrients, it has a moderate to high glycemic index, around 60 to 70, which means it can raise blood sugar levels faster than unsweetened almond or soy milk. Here's what research shows. Liquid carbohydrates like those in oat milk tend to absorb faster than carbs from whole grains, leading to quicker glucose spikes. For diabetics, that's a concern, especially if you're already dealing with insulin resistance or trying to manage post-meal blood sugar surges. That said, there are some redeeming qualities. Oat milk is naturally rich in beta-glucan, a soluble fiber that's been shown to help lower LDL cholesterol and improve satiety. And many brands are fortified with calcium, 25 to 35% DV, vitamin D, 20 to 25%, vitamin B12, and iron, which can be helpful, especially in plant-based diets. But the key is moderation and timing. If you're going to use oat milk, stick to small portions, about 1/2 cup at a time, and pair it with fiber or protein to slow absorption. And always choose unsweetened, no added sugar varieties. Many flavored oat milks pack 10 plus grams of added sugar per cup, which is a hidden trap. Third on list, flavored milk. If you've ever reached for chocolate, strawberry, or vanilla milk, thinking it's just milk with a little extra taste, hold on. For people with diabetes, flavored milk can be a silent sugar bomb. Let's break it down. While plain low-fat milk already contains 12 to 13 grams of natural sugar, lactose per cup, flavored versions can push that number to 22 to 30 grams total sugar per cup. That's nearly 10 to 12% of your daily carbohydrate intake in one drink. And the added sugars, usually in the form of high fructose corn syrup or cane sugar, cause a rapid blood sugar spike far greater than unflavored milk. The glycemic index of flavored milk is often 60 to 70, which puts it in the high GI category. Research shows that beverages with added sugars, especially liquid sugars, not only raise blood glucose quickly, but also lead to increased insulin demand, inflammation, and even greater risk of insulin resistance over time. Now, many flavored milks are fortified with calcium and vitamin D, some providing up to 30% of your daily value for calcium and 25% for vitamin D. But the cost in sugar outweighs the benefit for most diabetics. If you truly enjoy the flavor, there's a smarter way. Try unsweetened almond or soy milk, then add a dash of cocoa powder, cinnamon, or a drop of vanilla extract without sugar. You'll get the flavor without the glucose spike. Bottom line, flavored milk might seem harmless, but for diabetics, it can silently sabotage your blood sugar control unless you're reading every label and keeping portions tight. Final thought. So now you know, not all milks are created equal when it comes to diabetes. The right one can support your blood sugar, your heart, your nerves, and even your kidneys. The wrong one? It can undo your progress with just a single cup. Always check the label, go unsweetened when possible, and don't fall for marketing hype. And remember, your daily choices are your most powerful medicine. If this video helped you make a smarter choice, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And tell me in the comments, what kind of milk do you use, and how does it affect your blood sugar? I'd love to hear your experience. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.